Fall is finally here, and it's a perfect time of year to try out some new warm, delicious recipes. Today we want to share 3 new recipes with you, all about breakfast and all about apples. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to Heartway Farms. I'm Annie, and today we are making a delicious recipe. I love hot breakfast in the morning, especially on those cool, crisp fall days. And we have so many good recipes that you guys can go check out once you're done watching this one. From baked oatmeal to muffins to apple crepe cake, they're all favorites around here. So make sure you check those out, but let's get started on this. The star of the show for this recipe, of course, it's gonna be our apples. We love Honey Crisp, but you can use whatever you have at your house. But I'm gonna go ahead and process out these 3 apples. They're kind of small. I'm looking for around 2 cups of chopped, prepared apples, so I'm gonna see what I end up with. But I'm gonna do these 3 and see if we get up to that 2-cup mark. All right, my apples are prepared, ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and use all of those 3 apples. That's probably a little bit more than 2 cups, but I like a lot of hearty, delicious apples in the muffins, so this is gonna be good. Okay, so step 1, you can do this by hand. You don't have to use a mixer, but today I'm gonna use my stand mixer, and I'm gonna use my paddle attachment. If you just have a whisk attachment, that's okay too. Just maybe don't overbeat your eggs when that time comes. So we're gonna go ahead and start by creaming together our butter and our sugars, and then I'll work our way to our eggs. We're gonna start with a 1/2 cup of softened butter. Okay, we're gonna get this turned on. All right, and I'm gonna add in a 1/2 cup of our granulated sugar. This is actually our cane sugar, our organic cane sugar. It's just beautiful. It takes a little bit longer to break down, but we like it so much. All right, next, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You know these are gonna be good just with these 3 ingredients alone. I'm gonna go ahead and add in our vanilla extract. This is our homemade, so it's definitely a little bit lighter than a store-bought, but it's really good and delicious. If you wanna check out how to make your own homemade, we have a video for that. So this is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I love the speckles of vanilla beans in there. Okay, let's add in our eggs 1 at a time. I'm gonna have 2 eggs total. We're gonna do them 1 at a time in here. Okay, add our second one. All right, let's go ahead and scrape down the edges. We wanna make sure everything's getting mixed in well. It's so fluffy, and the sugar gives it such pretty sparkles. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add in some of our spices and our salt and different things. So we have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Yes, it seems like a lot, but you will like it. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of our salt. We prefer to use the Redmond's Real Salt in all of our baking. Love it, big fans. Check out the link below if you want. Let's go ahead and get this in here. And let that mix up real well. The cinnamon just is amazing. All right, now we're gonna go back and forth between our buttermilk and our all-purpose organic flour. We are total using a 1/2 cup of buttermilk and a cup and a half of all-purpose flour. And I just add a little bit at a time so you don't have those flour explosions or chunks and all of that. We're gonna save our apples for last, but we'll go back and forth between our flour and our buttermilk and make this a beautiful batter. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and scrape down the sides one more time. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and add in our prepared apples. Sometimes we put in chopped pecans, chopped walnuts. It just depends what you want to use for your family, what people like. If you have nut allergies, obviously you have to leave that out. So today we're just gonna do apples, and later we'll talk about the caramel. But let's get this mixed in, and then we're good to go. All right, let's go. I'm gonna make, we're gonna see it changes, you know, each time, but I'm gonna make around 12 muffins for this recipe. So I have liners that I'm gonna go ahead and put in here. I know that y'all love homemade muffin recipes too. I would love to hear what some of your favorites are. Make sure you comment below, and if you have a link, you know, you can send that to me. I would love to see what your family loves for muffins. We love trying out new recipes and, you know, tweaking them and changing them and deciding what we like as a family. All right, let's get these all filled up and then get them in the oven. Okay, so I already preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I have my first pan filled. I'm gonna go ahead and get this over in the oven. I'm gonna bake them between 18 and 22-ish minutes. It just depends. I put a lot of apples in this time, which is good. I love that. But I'm gonna watch them and I'll let you know how long I end up baking them for. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the oven. And I've got enough for a few more muffins because I put in so many apples. So we're gonna go ahead and get the next pan filled up and ready to go. Okay, the muffins are done and they look amazing. They have turned golden brown on top. That's what you want to be looking for. And your cook time is going to vary depending on how many apples you put into your recipe. I left these in for like 26, 27 minutes because I chucked it full of apples. So it's going to take longer to get some of that moisture out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out, and then we're going to drizzle them with caramel and dive right in because they look and smell amazing. All right, these look beautiful and ready to eat. Love it when they're hot, it's so good. And today, we are going to go ahead and top it with, I told you about the nuts thing. You can absolutely sprinkle with nuts or put nuts in the batter. Today, we're gonna put some of our homemade caramel on top, which is amazing. If you would like to check out that recipe, we can link that here and below. So we're gonna drizzle some of this. This will give it just a beautiful sweet and salt topping. It's so good. And there we go. It's ready for your family to devour and enjoy. Really hot.
Pancakes are a staple around here, but this delightfully spiced variation is perfect for the autumn and winter seasons. To begin, let's mix up our cinnamon pancake batter. To a large mixing bowl, add in 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of cane sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Quickly combine the dry ingredients and add in 1 cup of whole milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 egg. Mix all of the ingredients together, scraping down the sides of the bowl as needed. Once everything is combined, set aside the pancake batter for later. Peel 2 to 4 medium apples. Now slice them into just under 1/2 inch thick discs. Now to core them, I'm using a cannoli mold to remove the center, but you could use a piping bag tip, a knife, a small cookie cutter, or whatever you have laying around. Now grab your cinnamon pancake batter and apple rings and bring them to the stovetop. Generously butter a large cast iron skillet and turn the stove on medium heat, allowing the pan to preheat for a minute or so. Place some of your apple rings into the buttered pan and allow them to cook for a few minutes, or roughly 4 minutes on each side, just enough to soften the apples slightly. Remove the cooked apples from the pan and repeat the process until all of your apples are cooked through. Once all of your cooked apple rings are slightly cooled, butter your pan and dunk your apple rings into the cinnamon pancake batter, fully coating the ring with batter using a spoon or spatula. Transfer the battered ring to the hot pan and allow the pancakes to cook through, or roughly 4 minutes on each side until they're golden brown. Repeat the process with your remaining apples or until you use up all of your cinnamon pancake batter. Generously top your apple cinnamon pancakes with whipped cream, caramel, pure maple syrup, or whatever you like, and enjoy.
Good? I gotta try it. Whipped cream smell. Big fan of those. Oh my goodness, they're so good.